Okay, so we will start today a bit early. Let the rest of the people they will join in as in. Okay, so I hope you have understood the binary search algorithm yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let us execute this. So suppose this thing I am omitting. So first, as usual, like any array elements, we need to enter the number of elements we wish to enter. Then we need to enter the elements. We will scan the elements like this. Then we need to enter the element we need to search for. Suppose I am taking it in num variable. Then what was the logic of binary search? First was we defined start and end, right? So suppose I am just defining here, I will define start and end, and here I am just writing first I will indicate my start equal to 0 and my end is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1. Fine. And start and end I have declared over here, and start and end I have initialized over here. Fine. Now after doing that, what are we checking? We are checking while our start is less than equal to end, we are doing something. What are we doing? We are calculating the mid. Then we are checking if our array name is ARRI, ARR of mid location is equal to our num. One condition was if our middle location only consists our number, then I will just say that fine, the element is found. Then I will just set my found status to be 1 and I will give a break statement. Fine. Next, what can happen? So, else if this was the case, if your array of mid location the element is have is greater than our number which I am searching, I will search in which part of my element of my array? I will
Right side.
right side, right side, left side,
Left side.
right.
Left side.
Left side. Mid minus 1.
So end will be, only updated, that is mid minus 1, right? And if this is not the case, then start is updated to mid plus 1, right? So this was the thing. And in a way, if in any of the cases your uh, start is greater than, your start has been greater than the end, that is you have reached the end of the array, and also your found counter is 0, that means the element is not present in the array. So I will just print f that. Fine. Fine. So after this bracket will end and all that. Now one thing that this fine. So everything is done.
मैम वो जो एलसिफ वाला स्टेटमेंट है मैम,
हम्म,
तो मैम उसमें वो एल्स वाला कंडीशन तो नहीं ना चल पाएगा?
हाँ कंडीशन कर पाएगा तो
मैम वो ब्रैकेट के अंदर आ गया ना,
हाँ
उसको
ब्रैकेट,
बाहर लिखना होगा ना ब्रैकेट के,
हाँ
एल्स का
ब्रैकेट,
कंडीशन।
ये वाला बोल रहे हो?
यस
अच्छा
मैम, इसको ये एलसिफ के बाहर लिखना होगा ना, ये तो एलसिफ के अंदर ही आ गया।
एक मिनट, राइट, अभी ठीक है?
और मैम ये नीचे वाला ब्रैकेट भी हटाना होगा।
अभी ठीक है
यस मैम, यस मैम।
ना? नीचे वाला ब्रैकेट क्यों हटेगा? तुम्हारा वाइल लूप चलेगा ना, ये तो वाइल के लिए ब्रैकेट है, दिस ब्रैकेट इज फॉर
यस
द
मैम।
वाइल टू एंड ना। ये इफ के लिए इतना काम होगा, ये एल्स के लिए बस ये काम होगा, और एल्स के लिए ये काम होगा। एरे मीट ग्रेटर देन नाम के लिए इतना काम होगा, अगर ग्रेटर देन नाम नहीं है मतलब लेस देन है तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये काम होगा, और अगर दोनों ही नहीं है इक्वल टू नाम है तो इतना सा काम होगा। ठीक है, और यहाँ पे मेरा वाइल, ये सारा चीज मेरा वाइल के अंदर है, जब तक मेरा स्टार्ट लेस देन इक्वल टू मेरा एंड होगा, और जब मेरा स्टार्ट एंड से ऊपर हो जाएगा तो हम मतलब एंड में भी रीच कर दिए।
एक ब्रैकेट ज्यादा हो रहा है मैम।
वन मिनट,
ये गेट सीएच के ऊपर वाला हटाना होगा।
राइट, ठीक है। अभी देखते हैं चला के ठीक है कि नहीं, या फिर कुछ गलती किए है हमने। ओ मीट को डिफाइन नहीं किया ना, ओके। सपोज हम 5 एलिमेंट्स डाल रहे हैं, द एलिमेंट इज फाउंड। ठीक है, so जो logic we the logic which we learned in yesterday's class, we tried to execute it in the form of the C implementation using the algorithm which we have learned. Okay, so now you have, all of you have understood this thing, right? Yes or no?
यस मैम।
Okay, now we will go to that part of finding the complexity. So now we will emphasize on how to find out the time complexity of this binary search algorithm. Now, suppose binary search algorithm, we are dividing into two things. Basically, suppose a constant time which is taken to do all the calculations and so on. Suppose start define to define start, meet, punch value, this and so on. That is the time for different checks, whether this is equal to that, that is equal to this. Okay, and each time we are breaking our such entire array by 2, right? So this is the time which is taken this is the time, suppose I am indicating, which is taken by binary search recursion. Okay, suppose this is our equation number 1. So if in the first instance I take the time n by 2, suppose, so for the second instance, that is if I have now n by 2 elements, how much time will I take? T of
n/4.
right, we will substitute. Suppose this is my equation number 2. Now, if I substitute this equation 2 in equation 1, okay? So, in place of Tn by 2, I am substituting entirely by this equation. So, my Tn will be C plus Tn by 2, whereas here I will substitute, that is C plus Tn by 4, right? That means Tn by 4 plus 2C. Okay. So this is suppose my equation number 3. Up to this, is it clear? I will, because I will have to delete it and again write the next thing. Okay. So what was my equation number 3? Tn by 4. I have just substituted and find out it is equal to, sorry, I have substituted and find out it is equal to Tn by 4 plus 2C. This is my equation 3. Fine. Similarly, if I substitute Tn by 4 over here, in the equation 1, what will it be?
n/8.
Right. So now if I substitute 4 in 3, what will it be? Our Tn was equal to Tn by 4 plus 2C. Now I have a certain value of Tn by 4 entirely. So I will write C plus Tn by 8 plus 2C, which will give me Tn by 8 plus 3C. Okay. So if you follow the thing, if you get that, how was it happening? First, it was Tn by 2 plus C, then it was Tn by 4 plus 2C, then it was Tn by 8 plus 3C, then it will be Tn by 16 plus 4C, then it will be Tn by 32 plus 5C. So like this, it is moving on. That means if you follow the pattern identified is Tn by whatever is in the 2 to the power I plus I into C. Isn't it the pattern?
Yes, ma'am.
So, as this term will diminish, we will reach a time when there is only one element. That means this will diminish. First, I started with n by 2, then I started n by 4, then there is n by 8, then there is n by 16, then there is n by 32. So, this terms, it will go to a point that is equal to n, whatever n we have, whatever n we have. There will be a point where it will reach, it will traverse all the elements, because it will gradually increase this 2 4 8 and it will reach towards my n number of elements. So there will be a time where this entire n by 2 to the power I, this will diminish, and we will reach a time where there is only one element in our array, because time complexity is the worst case time complexity. And what can be the worst case time complexity of any array? That the element is not there in the array. We have reached or traversed the entire array, and we are left with only one element and we haven't found anything, right? So this entire term, this will be our T of 1. A time will come, because worst case time complexity scenarios we are finding, right? So suppose if I name this equation as equation 6, so at some point,
मैम
बोलो बोलो
मैम n एलिमेंट के लिए 2 to the power n ही रहेगा ना, तो वो कैंसिल कैसे होगा?
ना 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 n एलिमेंट्स के लिए 2 to the power n नहीं होता है एक्चुअली. जस्ट ट्राई टू विजुअलाइज इट. when you are finding the complexity, you are finding 2 to the power n क्यों होगा? यहाँ पे i हो, n थोड़ी ना है. 2 to the power n का इक्वेशन ये थोड़ी ना है. 2 to the power I है, I. Complexity means we are finding the worst complexity. Worst complexity in an array arise when I have entirely
मतलब मैम 2 to the power I equal to n हो जाएगा.
हाँ, 2 to the power I equal to n होगा, तो मतलब you have covered all the elements, you have touched all the elements in your array, but you are not finding the element. ऐसे ही तो होता है. These iteration
ma'am.
methods, recurrence theorems, I think तुम लोग तो पढ़े हो मैथ्स में. ऐसा ही तो होता है. तुम अगर रिकरेंस थ्योरम थोड़ा याद करोगे मैथ्स में, ऐसा ही पढ़ते, ऐसा ही होता है. We always assume, these are assumptions. Discrete mathematics. We will assume this. A time will come when it will diminish, that is we are left with only one element to search, since it is the worst case. So that is t to the power I. T of I 1 हो जाएगा. That means our n 2 to the power I, this is equal to 1. That means our n is equal to 2 to the power I, which you just have said कि 2 to the power I आपका n हो जाएगा, right? Now if I take log base 2 on both the sides, if I take this, so this also will become log base 2n. I will just rewrite this, okay, so I can get some space. This also will become log 2 base 2 to the power I. Now log 2n will become anything of log 2 to the power I. This is of the form log 2 to the power x. What will it give me? These things?
Only I will be left.
Right, here x, so only I will be left. So if I think this to be my equation 7, fine. So log 2n equal to I is my equation 7, and this is my equation 6. If I substitute equation 6 in equation if I substitute equation 7 in 6, is it right? Yes or no? I का जगह, in place of I have substitute log 2n. In place of I have substitute log 2n. Is it right? Now, 2
Yes, ma'am.
to the power log 2n, this entire range will be n. This is the formula. 2 to the power log 2 something is that element only, plus c into log to n, right? So this will be 1 plus c into log to n. So only one element in the range of the search is remaining. So when one element is remaining, so no more recursion is required, no more breaking is required, no more recursion, no more iteration is required. So I will consider this entire t to the t1 to be a constant time, anything. So I am just naming this. To name is as a constant, I am just naming it as k. You can give it m, z, x, anything. So when one element is in the range of the search, no more iteration, recursion or breaking is required. So it will assumed to be executed in a constant amount of time. That constant time I am referring to as n. Okay. Now you tell me, we have always learned that we uh, we always represent time complexities in the dominant term which will affect our growth of the algorithm, that is, which involves n. Which is the term which involves n?
Ma'am, log base 2n.
Right. And we will always ignore the constant factors. So this is constant factor, this is constant factor. So time complexity is order of log 2n. Oh, sorry. This is the time complexity. Now you will ask me, कि ma'am, why did you like wrote so much? एक ही लाइन में हम अगर लिख देते कि बाइनरी सर्च का यही टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. एक्चुअली ये डेरिवेशंस एग्जाम में कभी आएगा भी नहीं. यू वोंट हैव टू फेस दिस डेरिवेशंस. बट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू make you people learn कि when you see in your books that time complexity of linear search is something, time complexity of binary search is something, selection sort, smart sort, you will see different time complexities, so that you can understand from which logic these complexities are computed. For that reason, I wanted you all to show how the professors or the scholars, they have derived this complexity. Maybe maximum in your question, this answer one objective will come, that what is the worst case complexity. You won't never have to show these things, but it is for your reference, for your knowledge, so that you won't forget it, that how these things are coming. Is it clear how the time complexity of binary search has been derived and we have been arrived? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Now the next topic which we will learn today is bubble sort.
स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी फाइंड नहीं करते मैम?
स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी के ऊपर हम लोग डेटा स्ट्रक्चर में अभी ध्यान नहीं देते हैं, because we are always more emphasizing, giving more emphasis on time complexity, because in today's world, even if it takes a few amount of rupees to buy a more space, we buy that. But if in lieu of that it gives me or solves something in very lesser amount of time, we invest that amount. Why is that? Because buying space, suppose you need to enlarge your memory, you need to enlarge your space in your laptop, suppose this is a one time investment, and in return every processes of yours will be speed up. So the result you get with respect to time is very much emphasis is given more, and space complexities we refer less, very less. So in your books also, you will see only time, most of the books, very few books I have come across, but most of the books, time complexities are only related to. Because always we aim at building that algorithm which will give me the answers, or which will give me the solutions in shortest amount of time, because time is money. Okay. So this the bubble sort algorithm. Sorting means you will have to arrange it in any order from small to large. So we are getting this. There will be bubble sort, there will be selection sort, there will be insertion sort, there will be quick sort, and there will be merge sort. These algorithms we will learn one by one. Okay. So first I am starting with bubble sort algorithm. So in bubble sort algorithms, from the name, if you can identify bubble, bubble means what? In water, bubble means what? बोलो, in water bubble means what?
मैम spherical surface,
हिंदी में ही बोलो,
spherical surface मैम.
क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में उसको? बबल को क्या बोलते हैं? बुदबुदी ना क्या बोलते हैं तुम लोग? हम, मुझको नहीं पता, हम तो बंगाली है.
बुलबुला बोलते हैं.
बुलबुला. तो उसका नेचर क्या है? उसका नेचर क्या है? नीचे से ऊपर उठता है, उठ के फट जाता है.
मैम फूट जाता है.
हाँ, मतलब bubble means the element which is largest will appear and will be placed at the last of the element. And मतलब ये पूरा array में after each iteration the largest element will appear as a bubble to the top and it will be placed at the last. Then the second largest element, it will be placed at the last. Then the third largest element, it will be placed at the last. So like a bubble, the largest element, it appears on the surface and it will be placed at the last of the element. And how do we do it? We compare each and every element's pair starting from the first location. So this is pass 1, first iteration. Pass 1. We will compare 7 and 2. In between 7 and 2, 7 is a larger one, right? If 7 is a larger one, then it will be interchanged. It needs to go to the towards the last. Then we will compare 7 and 12. 7 is 12 is the larger one and it is at the right position in between the two. Then we will compare 12 and 8. 12 is the larger one, so it should interchange and it should go at the last position. Then I will compare 12 and 3. 12 is the larger one, so it should interchange and it should go. So after pass 1, if you see, you have the largest element in your array as a bubble at the last of the array. This is your pass 1, that means iteration 1. In iteration 2, I will again emphasize on what? I will emphasize not my entire array. Leaving this already sorted part, I will only focus on this part of the array, right? If I focus, I will compare 2 and 7. 7 is the larger one. It is already at the right position. Then I will compare 7 and 8. 8 is the larger one. It is already at the right position. Then I will compare 8 and 3. 8 is the larger one. So it should interchange and move towards the last. Fine. After pass 2, this portion is already sorted. So now there will be pass 3. So now there will be pass 3. For pass 3, I will only focus on these elements because these two elements are sorted. So I will focus on 2, 7, 3. So 8 and 12 are already sorted and are there. So 2 and 7 I will compare. No change required. 2, 7, 3. 7 and 3 I will compare. Change is required. 2, 3, 7, 8, 12. After this section is already sorted, right? So in my pass 4, I will only have two elements, 2 and 3. I will compare and I will see that yes, these are at the right positions. So after pass 4, I get 2, 3, 7, 8, 12. That is all the elements now in my array are sorted, which was earlier not sorted. So after pass 4, that means after 4 iterations, I am getting what my desired result is. This is the concept of bubble sort. That is, you compare each and every pair of elements in your array and you try to find out the proper location for that element in your array. The elements which are being sorted in the successive passes, those elements are not taken into consideration in the next pass, and we consider the rest of the elements which are not sorted. Is this concept clear to you? Bubble sort concept, yes or no? How is
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So only 5 minutes is remaining. I will share the attendance because if there is anyone who has not understood, you can ask. So as the name justifies, the largest elements will always be placed at the last of the elements after each iteration. In the next class, we will learn the algorithm and we will learn how the time complexities are calculated. In 3 minutes, I cannot finish. Okay. So this is your attendance for today's class. Okay. So people who are being able to mark their attendance, they may leave the class, and people who are wanting to ask something, they may ask me. And after marking your attendance, if you do not have anything to ask, you may leave the class.
हेलो
करना है बोलो।